I used to work for this Christian motivational speaker guy. This job would sometimes require me to go on the road and edit videos for success seminars because he did everything ridiculously last minute. The job was dead end, but it was cool because I got to stay at these nice hotels and enjoy the amenities. Now, over the years of working there, staying at hotels and such, I developed this little habit: collecting soap. It all started in 2005 when I came home with a few extra bars, and over the years I would find myself collecting a few more here and there. All these habits coalesced into what I refer to as the Great Soap Heist of 2010. Now let me set the stage. I'm staying at this hotel for 6 days, bored out of my mind with this insane roommate who seems obsessed with walking around naked as much as is possible. So I needed a diversion. Now, while some people would take this time to write their great novel or screenplay, and others would go explore the beautiful California countryside we were staying in, no. I collected soap. Every time the housekeeper would come by the room, I would get a few extra bars for myself. Every time I had to go work in the ballroom, I wouldn't always take the elevator. I would walk down individual flights of stairs to go down a hall where I would have access to anywhere from 1 to 3 housekeeping carts per floor. I found myself making excuses to leave work and go back to my room from the ballroom just so I could hit more soap carts. That's what I grew to call them. Later in the week, I learned what time the housekeeping staff would be setting sail these treasure ships and timed my trips to and from the room to collect my bounty. If the housekeeper was tending her cart, I would walk slowly, and when she would go into the room, I would pounce like a cheetah on a newborn antelope, taking more and more bars of soap with every passing opportunity. By the time day 5 of this event had passed, logic had become slave to my eucalyptus-scented obsession. Every night I would take care to hide my precious cargo so that the housekeepers wouldn't find it when they cleaned the room. Finally, the day before my flight comes along, and I pile my prize on the bed in front of me, and that's when it hit me. I had just spent a week at a hotel ignoring a bunch of successful businessmen, and a great deal of success teaching was being given out for free, and the only thing that seemed to matter to me was this huge mass of soap sitting on the bed in front of me. And maybe if I had shown the exact same initiative in achieving success in my own life, maybe I wouldn't have been at this dead-end job for 5 years of my life. But shame would have to wait. It was time to figure out how to get my precious cargo home. I realized that an enormous amount of material like this would most likely raise a red flag with the TSA, so I grabbed a box, labeled it media, and hitched it a ride home with the rest of the ballroom materials back to Tulsa. To put things in perspective, this was back in November of 2010 that I pulled this heist. It is now January of 2013, and I am still using the soap from that job to this day. I have not paid for soap or stayed at a hotel since then. It's highly ironic that every time I make myself clean from that soap, I still feel somewhat dirty for the sheer volume that I had collected. I sometimes imagine a slew of housekeepers who probably lost their jobs because their evil bean counter manager had noticed a change in the soapy bottom line of their inventory and just knew they were skimming from the top. I do sincerely hope and pray that this video does not find its way to some of those housekeepers. I imagine them abducting me while I sleep. They put a sack on my head and cart me off, though taking care to put a minty chocolate on my pillow before tucking in the hospital corners on the empty side of my bed, then dragging me off to some dark basement. I would awake in the back room surrounded by jobless housekeepers, all of whom would be holding spiked bars of soap on a rope ready to extract their eucalyptus-scented revenge. Oh God.